Nick Sabaka's college career was the greatest one we have ever seen. In 4 years, Nick collected 3 Heisman trophies and literally hundreds of interceptions. But one thing he failed to collect was a national title, and with no college eligibility remaining, he's going to have to set his sights on a Super Bowl. Nick performed well at the combine, but that was really just a formality. Everybody knew that he was going to be the #1 overall pick. NFL teams had been tanking to draft him to the point where teams were intentionally taking safeties at the end of tie games. He ended up getting drafted by the Detroit Lions, who traded 7 offensive starters and 5 first-round draft picks to get up to the #1 overall spot, and he is prepared to shatter every single season NFL record this season. Be sure to drop a like, and let's go ahead and get right into it, as I'll be playing Nick's entire rookie season in this video. Alright boys, we got Nick's first game in the NFL. I'm hoping Nick can do the exact same thing in the NFL he did in college, and it's looking like that's what's gonna happen. On the first drive, he baits up Matthew Stafford, and he has a shot to crib this. Nick is gonna outmaneuver the entire Rams offense, and this one is going back. Pick 6 at the start of the game. Nick is about to be shattering NFL records, and Rams have got a 1st and goal, but nice little tackle by Nick, and looks like coach is taking him off the field. So this one's tied up just like that. The Rams are definitely not going to be an easy out today. Nick's going to have to catch some more picks. Los Angeles already moving in again a little bit, but Nick sitting in the cover 2 lurks up the streak again. The NFL has not yet learned that you literally cannot throw a streak to that man's side. And I should note, Nick technically comes into this game at only 66 overall. Things will get crazy when we get him up to a 99, and Stafford almost throws it right to him again. Was not expecting to throw on that crossing route. A little bit of a missed opportunity there. But now we got a 3rd down, and Los Angeles just goes to the end zone. What happened on the outside there? Man, 2 picks in the first half for Nick. We're still down 7 and struggling. I was expecting a little bit more from this Lions offense. They've quite literally done nothing at all in this half, but nice little stop for defense there. And man, offense actually turned it over before halftime, so the Rams lead by 13. We desperately need a pick 6 in this situation. Los Angeles going with a little play action here, and Nick is step for step on his man. The ball is coming his way, but we got a penalty, and I think this one is going to come back. Would have been his 3rd pick. Instead, it'll be a little illegal contact. So a big missed opportunity, but on 1st and 10, Nick's man is running a curl route, and give me that. I don't know how Nick got in front of that ball, but this is going to be his 2nd pick 6 on the day. Nick is carrying the Lions. And how about 3 picks in his first NFL game? Seems pretty clear that Nick's style of play translates to the league, but still down by 6 points. We got to keep making plays. On 2nd and inches, I'm expecting a run, but they're going to go with a pass, and Nick trying to lurk up the wheel route. The ball went right through his hands, and the Rams score a killer touchdown. I don't know how we didn't at least swat that. I thought that we had perfect coverage. So very frustrating stuff, and they get the 2-point conversion. All of a sudden, this is looking like it's going to turn into a blowout. I don't know what the deal is with the Lions offense. In real life, they're one of the best in the NFL, but it looks like the struggle might be real for Nick this year. He has the team's only 2 touchdowns in the season opener. Rams are just going to be able to run the clock out. Last chance to make something happen on 3rd and 4. Nick's man is running a return route, and I saw it, but Nick just doesn't have the speed to keep up with that right now. And that'll get the Rams up out of here. One more tackle for Nick before we go though. Despite 3 interceptions and 2 pick 6s, a very disappointing opening game result. This was at home too. Look at Jared Goff's stats, 38% completion. You are going to be able to get some big upgrades after that game, thankfully. I've got some of these XP boosters saved up from Dante's series, so that should help. We got a little interview at practice. Nick, not the most media trained guy ever, so hopefully he won't be getting himself in trouble here. Guess he did an okay job, because somehow that interview got him +10 press for next game. Nick and the Lions desperately need a bounce back game in week 2. And how does offense start out this game? By taking a damn safety, bro. That brings their net total on points this season to -2. I think that Nick might have somehow gotten stuck on one of the Lions teams from like 10 years ago, but defense getting a nice little stop there. This game is out to a 5-0 start. This is not good, and Rashad White is gonna bust this open. The entire left side of our defense was nowhere to be found, and we are down by 2 scores yet again. But offense has finally gotten their first 3 points of the season, and here on 3rd down, Nick covering up the drag, and our middle linebacker gets the pick. I don't know who that ball was going to exactly, but that should be a momentum shift for this team. They got nothing, dude. We put them at like the 30 or 25 or something, and they got nothing. It appears that is going to take us to halftime. It has been an interesting season so far, to say the least. Might be a long season if we don't turn it around soon, but we finally get that offensive touchdown coming out of halftime. Things are looking up, but we got to stop Tampa Bay one more time. Sit down though. Just like that, we're headed to the 4th quarter. Got a big 3rd and 1 here, and surprisingly Tampa Bay gonna pass it. Nick's guy looked like he was running a curl, went upfield, but we get the sack. And that's Jack Campbell screaming at another Iowa grad. Brad. Oh my god, boys, all of a sudden we have the lead. Nick does not have a stat to his name today, but he's finally gonna get one here, sitting in the cover 3. I don't know what Baker was doing, but that is potentially a game-winning pick. Really, I think the first time Nick got thrown to all day, he comes down with that. But oh no, somehow offense did not entirely kill the clock. With 22 seconds left, Baker is scrambling around and will just throw it out of bounds. The problem is the Bucs can win it with a field goal. I am gonna go cover 2 man here. Don't want to get beat over top. And once again, Baker will just throw it out of bounds. Okay, 12 seconds left. We got 3rd and 10. They're going with a little stack look, and they're just wasting time at this point. With 8 seconds left, I think we can safely go man up 3 deep, as Baker is absolutely selling, just running around here. We got everything clamped up, and with zeros on the clock, he goes past the line of scrimmage. We somehow get the first dub of the season, as Nick had a quiet game, but came up with the game-winning pick. We will take it. Offense played just a little bit better, and Nick up to 4 picks on the season already. That'll give us a chance to upgrade the catching to 94 already. 1-1 feels a hell of a lot better than 0-2, and we've got what should be a winnable game against the Cardinals here. I am hoping to see some bigger stats from Nick in this one, and here on 3rd and 3, he might have a chance at a pick, trying to bait up that little bunch streak, and Kyler Murray taking off. Nick comes in and lays him down. Murray has gotta fumble that, bro. I don't know why Buddy is not sliding there, and the Cardinals gonna take advantage. Nick just got worked by that blocker. We're sitting at 7-7. Nick's been playing lockdown coverage, but once again, just nothing coming his way in this one. And right when I say that, they do come his way on 3rd and 1, and he can't quite get the knockout. I'll take that over no action at all, though, honestly. I at least want to have the chance to make plays and go into Nick's man here. Oh, I thought we had that baited. Looks like he didn't get his foot down. Was just a little out of position there, and on 2nd and goal, they're going with a drag. Nick tries to lay down the hit, but McBride just runs through him. And the Cardinals offense really not looking too bad. I need a pick like I need water. I'm gonna start baiting up here dangerously, and it's gonna work out. Kyler Murray with no air under that ball, and that is easy cash for Nick. Sadly not able to do anything with the return. I've noticed that the camera flip is a little bit more wonky when you get a pick on Madden. Offense did at least get a field goal after that, but we're gonna need some more plays if we want to have a shot. Cardinals are already driving again, and Nick's playing the deep zone in the cover 2 here. Murray rolling out and trying to come his way. That ball is just a little bit overthrown, and on 3rd and 9, just corner routes. We're all over that, and our guy almost had a pick 6 on the other side. Okay, so good stop from defense. Needs something out of our O. Nothing doing, though. I think it's gonna have to be a pick 6, fellas. Looks like Arizona's just trying to run the rock. Really nice run play by Nick. On 2nd and 4, his man is gonna run a zig route. We blanket that perfectly, but a little bit more bait there probably could have been nice. I could tell Murray was so close to throwing it. It's tough out here. Just gotta keep on working hard and hope an opportunity comes our way. If we play good coverage, it probably will. And 3rd and 8, please let me bait something up here. I have no idea what to expect from this play. Nick's man just runs a drag, and other side, okay, we get another stop. But Arizona is probably just going to be able to kick a field goal here. Okay, no, they actually missed it, but offense once again unhelpful. Nick playing the cover 2 here and getting the pick on the wheel route. Let's go. This is exactly what we needed. Nick is slow to get up and kind of took a little bit of a hit, and now we need a touchdown, boys. Come on, let's go, man. It would be so clutch if we could eke out another win here. Nick's trying to put the team on his back, and oh man, I was not expecting the comeback route. Could have been bad. Instead, the Cardinals only get a 6-yard gain. Just going with the run and trying to bounce it outside. Oh man, we got blocked at the last second. Getting run support at corner is just so hard, especially with these camera angles. You have to be so accurate. 3rd and inches for Zona as we head to the 2-minute warning. Let's see what we get here. Okay, they're actually gonna pass the ball, and oh man, curl route. I was not ready for it. That play could very well cost us the game. Arizona just running it, and Murray has way too much space. Now we got to start taking our timeouts. Please give me a pick here, dude. Looks like Arizona's just gonna run the ball. Okay, 3rd and 8. This is a huge play. Expecting a pass. We need box up coverage. No, they run it, and okay, offense is at least gonna have a chance. I don't have a ton of faith in them. We'll just hit the button and see what we get, and we get nothing. So Nick kind of blows it. Had 2 picks, but man, really his first bad miss in man coverage at the worst moment. If we're being real though, he was still probably the MVP of this game for the Lions. So sitting at 1-2, we got the Seahawks next up, and Nick is gonna start this out by just killing Kenneth Walker. That was a burst of strength we have not seen from him in the league yet. And okay, defense starting it out nice. Honestly, defense has been really good in these last 2 games. We just need offense to find a way to catch up. This feels weird to say, but Nick was actually spoiled with really good offenses at Iowa, and oh no, we got cooked up there. It got a little bit loose, baited it up just a tad too much, and that is going to be a costly play early in this game. I think that's only the 2nd time we've really gotten beat in man coverage, but it was unfortunately pretty egregious, and Nick not being very vigilant vigilant about the flat there either. Gotta be sharper. The NFL is a faster moving game, and oh, Davis, we gotta have that pick, buddy. All right, big 3rd and 3. Nick is back in the flats, and this time we are going to bait it up, and Kenneth Walker will almost get his revenge on Nick. We are able to get the tackle though. Honestly, the hit stick system on College Football 25 is a little bit better. Despite a couple of big hits there, this game is definitely not off to a good start. Defense and offense are both struggling pretty bad, and that time we did not get the hit off. We don't get a turnover shortly, this game is definitely over. And once again, we need to bait up that zig route just a little bit more. That's one of those routes where it actually benefits you if you don't guard it well. As the Seahawks just going with some kind of hitch situation there, Nick comes off his man trying to bait, and they've just got to lock it open. Honestly, Nick baited that up way too much anyways. And yeah, this is probably over. There is no way that we can score 21 points the way offense has been playing. They did actually manage to get a touchdown, but defense not really responding well. We're just worn down at this point. So we are going to lose to the Seahawks. All into 1 and 3, and it was Nick's worst game of his NFL career so far. Made some tackles, but 0 picks for the first time this year, and gave up a big touchdown. Nick is going to have to address the media here. He's going to take responsibility for this loss. We 100% need a dub against the Cowboys to stay in the playoff chase, and Nick is trying to do anything to get that, coming down with the pick on the out route, and that feels like a huge one. We break the seal and finally get another pick 6. Couldn't have asked for a better way to start this one out. That is some much needed help for offense. Defense is going to have to play well for the rest of this game though. I'm hoping for another like 3 or 4 pick game from Nick. It seems like Dallas passes enough that that's possible, and give me that. There's number 2 in the first quarter. We hadn't gotten one of those streak routes in a minute, and Nick was just barely able to catch up to that one. And my god, boys, we got a huge lead going into halftime. Offense has actually been playing well in response, and they come out of half with another touchdown. What? I guess they were saving them all for this game, and Nick is just finally breaking the seal with the picks. Clamps up CeeDee Lamb for his 3rd of the day. I tried to get loose on the return, and man, offense actually went crazy today. I'm hoping that we can carry this energy into the next couple of weeks. Nick coming down with 3 picks. The pick 6 really sparked this team. I believe we've got 9 picks through 5 games, which honestly I do think could be better. Next we got the Vikings. Apparently Justin Jefferson called Nick out, so we'll see how that matchup goes. And offense does get off to a better start in this one, getting 3 points and sit down. And you know what, boys, Aaron Jones at least a little bit responsible for making me start to make college football videos. The first series I ever watched on NCAA 14 was Flemlo Rapp's UTEP series where he was the running back. Real ones remember that. Nonetheless, I'm hoping that we can force a fumble on that boy today, as the Vikings just trying to run it down our throat. They've been marching right down the field, got a big 3rd and goal here, and let's see what we got. Looks like Nick's guys running a slant, and they go to the other side. Jefferson's gonna get it. All right, not a great start from this defense, but my god, I don't know what's gotten into offense. They start this out with 10 points, just an embarrassment of riches. Now it's defense that's gonna have to step it up. They have not really come Nick's way. Our boys on the other side have just been getting torched, and right when I say that, Nick kind of got turned around on the slant a little bit, but the out is open as well, and the Vikings will take the lead before half. We need a pick here in the worst way. Defense has really been struggling. It is not Nick's fault. Justin Jefferson is wide open, and okay, Nick does get a hit off on him. He really hasn't been matched up against him for most of the day, and we still have yet to stop him from getting a touchdown a single time, as they're finally going to the flats, and oh dude, we're just a foot away from taking that back to the crib. A very tiny error on my part might potentially be a 14-point swing, as Vikings quarterback trying to take off and just throws it out of bounds. Okay, I guess it's only a 10-point swing. Still, just a brutal missed opportunity. Gotta find a way to make up for that, but Minnesota has just done such a good job of staying away from Nick. He tries to get another hit on Aaron Jones and maybe got the worst of that one. So we head to the 4th quarter. Just gotta find a way to make something happen. They're going to the out route again. Oh, bro. Nick has been getting used on that, a route that he just guarded perfectly in college. Very frustrating to see him struggling with that, and that was our chance. This game is pretty much over now. So what seemed like it was going to be a much better game, spoiled by just genuinely bad defense all around. Nick had his 2 chances at picks and just missed both of them. His numbers have not been as impressive as I'd hoped. Gave offense one more chance, they could not do anything with it. We dropped to 2-4, which is not like an insurmountably bad record, but it'll definitely be an uphill battle to get to the playoffs at this point. I'm going to be be so honest with you boys, I don't know if this is a playoff team, but what I do know is I want to get Nick at least 30 picks this season, and to do that, we are definitely going to have to step it up a little bit. Nick's been slowly upgrading his skills, and in man coverage here in the slot is going to get cooked, but thankfully recovers and knocks that out. I thought that was a touchdown for sure. Almost a really bad start. Instead, we got 3rd and 11, and this time Nick's guy is running a post, and they've got us over the middle. Titans marching right down the field with the pass game. Offense has continued to be just a little bit better, but defense has really got to get something going. That Minnesota game was a big blow to this unit's confidence. Right now, we are getting run over by Tennessee. Can't do anything to stop them. Titans are going with a little wide set here as we're in a 2-man under, and that was so weird. Dude just threw the ball right to Nick. It like appeared in his hands. So our guy's gonna get his first interception of the day. That was one of those where I genuinely have no idea why dude threw that. His offense actually got a touchdown, and Nick gonna get tested again here. This time he was kind of beat, but still comes down with it. The hops and the reach are actually crazy. Remember, our boy is 6'4", and after a hot start, Will Levis is struggling in this one. So 2 picks in the first half for Nick, but Tennessee's still fighting hard in this one. Their passing offense has been tough. Hopkins is going crazy right now. Nick's only been matched up against him a couple of times. Need a little red zone stop here. Every time Tennessee's gotten to this side of the field, Nick's made a play and tries to lay down the big hit. Need to make a little something happen here. We're sitting in the cover 2, and I see Hopkins coming over the middle, but we had to guard the flats, and Levis throws us at the perfect time. So Tennessee does get the tutty. Offense answers with a field goal, so we got a 1-point game, and this is going to turn into a 3-yard loss thanks to Nick. You're on 2nd down though, Tennessee going with a screen, and Nick is the only line of defense. Will try to lay down the hip, but gets shrugged off, and we are going to have a huge 3rd and 2. I'm watching for the flats, and no, they're just going to run it up the middle. Damn, dude. Something's got to happen soon. Tennessee's just trying to chew up some clock, and going down to the 2-minute warning, we're going to have a critical 3rd and 2. Just got a blitz coming, and Levis is going to keep it. He has open space in front of him. Nick has got to try to force a fumble. I wanted to get the hit stick, and we just missed. Nick is coming off for some reason. All right, let's see. Maybe offense can make something happen. Wow, they actually tied it up, dude. 8 points, and we're headed to overtime. All right, we can't blow it now. Nick's guy's running a fade ball. They're going the other way, and we swat it away. Let's go. One-stop defense. Let's get it. They are going to run it to the other side, and we have struggled to stop the run game, but 3rd and 1. All right, come on, defense. They're in the I form and just running it up the middle. Nobody home. I'm not sure that we can count on offense for another response. This is going to have to be it right here. 3rd and 2. Let's see if they run it. It is just going to be a stretch play, and once again, nobody home, and Nick getting stiff arm. This is brutal. We just need Levis to screw up, but instead he goes to the middle to D-hop, and this is going to be a touchdown. The Titans walk it off on us. Despite a 2-pick performance from Nick, we can't pull it off. Yikes, man. We just cannot close out a game right now. So obviously as a team, the season's going terribly, but Nick has 11 picks at this point in the year. He's definitely going to be Defensive Player of the Year and is tied for leading the team in tackles, which is surprising. The season's not over yet, man. We just need to go on a win streak. We probably can only afford to take 1 or 2 more losses though. We still got a lot of tough games left on the schedule. That's the bad thing. We haven't been beating the other bad teams. As the Packers go in play action here, I see that flat route, but I also see the slant coming over the middle. Give me that. Nick lurking up on the 2nd level, coming out of his zone to make a play, and that should start us out nice. Starting it out with a 14-point lead feels nice, and sit down. Why can we not get a forced fumble right now? I've been upgrading Nick's hit power a little bit as Packers just running for the 3rd down, and we do get the stop just barely. I wonder if they'll go for this with Nick off the field. Nope, looks like they just punted it away. We're hanging on to this 2-score lead, and Love coming right to Nick there. Feel like we're due for another pick this half. This time Nick's man is running a corner route, but that ball is just beautifully placed. That's a hard one to guard. Yeah, getting beaten man coverage, just never a good feeling, and it looks like it's gonna happen again here. We should have gotten a hand in, but somehow we don't knock that out. Nick kind of got the Crowe routes figured out in college, but here in the NFL, it's taken him a little bit of time to adjust to these. He was just inches away from picks a couple of times on this drive, and the Packers cash it in. Coming out of the second half, this game is way closer than I'd like it to be. I wouldn't really expect another touchdown from this offense. It's here on 3rd down. Nick's guy just running a slant, and give me that. I don't know why they're throwing it his way, but we'll take it. 2nd pick of the day is a huge one. Offense, go score this, boys. That was one of those where I pressed the Y button so hard it left an imprint on my finger. The offense gets nothing out of that, man. Not even a field goal. I will say this has been a pretty fun game. Balls come our way a lot, and dude, that should have been another pick. We got a weird animation. Nick played that absolutely perfectly coming out of the flat, but sometimes the game just decides it's not giving you another pick, and the Packers starting to march it down the field. They're starting to put the rock on the ground, and we're struggling. We are just hanging on for dear life headed into the 4th quarter. Need something to happen in the red zone, and Nick just sitting in man coverage. His guy runs a post, and once again, he's all over that. I don't know why, but he's getting tested way more in man coverage today and has delivered almost every time. And offense does it. If this stands, it could be a huge divisional win, as Nick is going to get tested one more time, but this time the ball is perfectly placed and he will give up the touchdown. I was just baiting a little bit too much trying to go for that fourth pick. Doesn't matter though, we get out of that one with a dub, as despite the little miss in coverage at the end, Nick had what I felt like was a really good game, 8 total tackles and 3 nice picks. Halfway through the season, he's got 14, so definitely on pace for 30. If we want to be taken seriously as a playoff contender, we're going to need a dub today against the Texans. Offense actually started it out with a touchdown as Nick matched up against Stephon Diggs, and we got great pressure on that one. So 3rd down already, let's see if we can bait something up. Looks like it's just going to be a screen actually, okay. So a good start for this defense. If offense had gotten some points there, we would have been in a really good spot. But we are going to have another 3rd down here. See what Stroud tries to cook up. He's got a guy over the middle, but that's going to be short. All right, defense with 2 straight 3-and-outs. And how about it? This time offense goes on a long touchdown drive. That killed most of the rest of the clock, and Nick boxing up the corner route here is going to get tested and was right there, but somehow that gets caught. Are you kidding me? I legitimately don't know how we could have played that any better. Incredibly frustrating stuff there. And that gives the Texans a shot to get back in this game, as once again we were lurking up and it just barely gets over us. Man, 2 plays that could have been pick sixes for Nick. He has gotten tested a ton in these last few weeks, and this time just swats it away. Okay, 3rd and 3, gotta be ready to get tested again, as his guy's just gonna run a C route, but Stroud will take off and way too much room up the middle. Need a little goal line stop here. Unfortunately, I got caught lacking in the flat, was not expecting that dude to run an out route at all, and Tank Dell gonna get the touchdown. Okay, kind of a rough drive for Nick. We come out of that half with no picks despite really getting a lot of opportunities, balls that normally don't get thrown to us. But I will say, CJ Stroud's ball placement has been pretty good so far. He just puts a little bit more air under it, which causes some trouble for Nick. You're on 2nd and 6, looks like Texas is gonna try to go to the flats, and the ball gets swatted around and picked off. This is gonna go back to the house. The first pick 6 not from Nick this season. Let's go. Absolutely bizarre play. Hit off a guy's helmet. We are really lucky. With a 2-score lead, we got a huge opportunity to win this game and get back on the map for the playoffs. They are interestingly enough starting to run the ball really heavy. We have struggled to stop it. Still no picks on the day at all from Nick. He's got to find a way to make an impact soon, and that will take us to the 4th quarter. We got a potentially huge 3rd and goal. See what Texas does. Looks like Nick's man is going to run an in route, and he was not on it, but the ball gets swatted around, and Texas is probably going to have to go for this. All right, we got a 4th and goal situation. Let's see what they go with here. I'm watching for a corner route or something, and Stroud is scrambling, tried to throw it our way, but we get the swat. Let's go. Defense clutching up. Unfortunately, offense kills almost no clock, and oh man, that should have been a game-sealing pick. Time ticking down under 4:30, and Nick desperately trying to bait up that streak route. Stroud is just going to scramble, and these quarterbacks have not let us get off a hit since Kyler Murray. All right, please let me bait something up here, man. They got to run a deep ball eventually, and they will here. Give me that. Nick gets potentially the game-sealing pick and has a shot to crib this. Nah, Stroud is a little bit too quick, but that is huge. With 2.5 minutes left, we're in a great spot, just can't give up the big play, and Nick with strap-up coverage again. Give me a 2nd on the day. It was a rough start, but in crunch time, Nick is coming up big, and that's going to do it for this one. Huge dub. We're almost to 500 on the season now. Not a ton of stats for Nick. Stroud actually had more solo tackles than him, but felt like he got a lot of action. 2 interceptions and 1 pass deflection. And with 16 interceptions, I think Nick just matched the single season interception record. His father, of course, eclipsed this number of interceptions. I'm not going to be satisfied until Nick gets 50 on the season. And I should mention, Nick is currently 2nd on the league MVP watch behind Patrick Mahomes himself. And checking out the standings, we're pretty close to the Vikings here. We keep playing like we've been playing, we might be okay for the playoffs. So those last 2 wins were great, but they only mean something if we keep on winning, and we're taking on the run-heavy Jaguars today. Got a 3rd down already, but they go right up the gut, and there's nothing we can do to stop that. This is one of those games where picks are going to be a little bit harder to come by, because Jacksonville is basically just going to run the ball until we stop it. So far, we haven't been able to. Got a 2nd and goal here, and nice tackle by our D-end. They literally just chewed up the entire 6-minute first quarter with their first drive. And here on 3rd down, they're just running curls. I'm trying to bait that up. I could tell he thought about it, but Lawrence will just take off, and Nick is on it. Pretty much single-handedly blew up that play, and the Jags will have to settle for a field goal. All right, and offense continues to show improvement, but we continue to have trouble stopping the Jags offense. They are starting to open up the passing game a little bit more, which should mean more chances at picks, but going to the corner of the end zone there, we just get the swat. Davis has made a couple of nice plays on the other side. Would love if he could start turning those into picks. Big time 3rd and goal here. Nick is in man coverage and boxing up the corner route, but Lawrence is going to take off and goes airborne into the end zone. Absolutely no way Trevor Lawrence is doing that in real life, but it doesn't matter. Jacksonville gets back on the board. It is just like we got a whole new offense out there, though. They're actually carrying us in this one. I'm gonna need a pick here, Nick. Not a lot of action so far in this one, but Lawrence is finally gonna test us deep, and Nick is on that, but drops it. Come on, dude. All right, at least we got the knockout. And on third down, kind of a tricky route for Nick to cover, but they go the other way and we get a nice knockout. I was kind of hoping offense was about to do it to him again, but I think this one is going to come down to whether or not Nick can make a play for his team. He's played well, but 0 picks, never an acceptable outcome, and hasn't done enough to stop the running game. ETN is going to get into the end zone. Offense tying it up. We can't ask for anything more from them at this point. And Lawrence is going to go to the wheel here, and Jacksonville just got the perfect matchup, and time is really taken down. This would be the time for a pick, Nick. I don't know if Jacksonville's going to give him the chance, though. Big 3rd and 4 here. Let's see what we get. They're in a bunch formation, and Nick just has the flats. He is trying to bait that up, but the other side has the curl wide open. Man, I really thought we were going to get a piece of that. Instead, Jacksonville's just got the corner wide open, and offense is going to have to do it again for us. Unfortunately, they cannot quite do it. Defense honestly sold in this one. Wouldn't say that Nick necessarily played bad in this one, but he literally did not appear on the stat sheet. I mean, for him, that is a terrible game. Nick and the boys' playoff hopes are far from dead. They've definitely been playing better, but at this point, they got a lot of ground to cover. We very well might need to win the rest of our games this season, and this game against the Colts has just been so boring so far. They have not come his way at all. 2 games without a pick would be depressing. And look at that perfect coverage. Like, give me a try, Anthony Richardson. Nick's in the cover 2 here, playing the deep half, and he is going to get a try, but right when I'm talking all that smack, Nick does not deliver. I had no idea where that ball was going. Down by 4, that is not a play that we can be giving up, but Nick guarded in man coverage is going to get under the corner route. Finally getting his first of the day. Richardson just pulled the hell out of that. So that's going to keep us in the game for now, but man, feels like we kind of need a pick 6. We go to the 4th quarter just like that, and looks like Anthony Richardson's going to keep it here. This is going to be a very difficult tackle, but Nick kind of makes it. We'll take what we can get at this point, but the Colts just going to run it up the middle, and there is nothing we can do on that one. So 1st and goal, and Taylor is coming right at Nick. Sit down, dude. The fact that Nick is strong enough to win that battle is crazy. But Colts going read option again, and Richardson will get in. That might kill us. Okay, though, offense keeps us alive. We still got a shot, and for some reason, the Colts are still passing. Gotta find a way with 2 minutes left, and Taylor is coming at Nick again. Give me that tackle. Y'all actually don't know how hard that tackle is to make on this camera angle. We got a 3rd and 2 here, and just going up the middle. Okay, offense is gonna have a chance. I just realized I didn't use our timeout. I definitely should have called timeout on the last play. All right, it is up to the sim. Let's see what we got. Offense, they can't get anything. Damn, man. So we walk out of there with another loss. Now we definitely have to win the rest of our games to make the playoffs. Nick had a decent game, did have the pick, but gave up that deep ball. That is never a good look. I'm gonna keep upgrading this hit power. Nick's got to get a forced fumble eventually. I feel like we've had a lot of big hits. We're gonna have a Thanksgiving game against the Bears next. The Lions have owned the Bears in real life this year, which has hurt my feelings. So hopefully Nick and the boys can get it done today. And okay, offense starts it out with a touchdown. We will see what we can do against DeAndre Swift and Caleb Williams. And they are marching the ball right down the field on us, as Nick actually got fried on the slant. I played that a little bit different. Doesn't matter though, they got Keenan Allen on the other side. So definitely not a good start for this defense. We got to be better than that, and Nick has got to get off the block a little bit better than that. Nick has not made a truly big play in a while. I'm hoping he can find some way to break the seal today, as we do get a nice sack there. Yeah, I don't know if this game has a great feel to it, but coming out of the second half, Williams is finally going to try Nick, and there we go. I think I've been baiting up those streaks wrong the last few games, but that time we did it perfectly. The way baiting works on this game is just slightly different from college football 25. The quarterbacks on this game actually tend to be smarter. It honestly really depends on the offense the other team is running, and man, we can't get the stop on 3rd down. This one's headed to the 4th quarter looking tight. Gotta try to make something happen here on 3rd and inches, but oh, they're actually gonna pass the ball, and Nick was fried up. Caleb Williams just takes up. But how about this offense? Their development has just been the story of the season up to this point. They've actually gotten so much better, and we just gotta lock up the Bears one more time here. Come on 3rd and 14, they're just running a curl. Was not expecting that, but he's gonna be short. All right, big time 4th and inches. Let's see what we got. They are going to come to Nick's side. That was a weird route. So the Bears drive gonna continue here. Nick in man coverage, and Caleb Williams is just taken off. That should burn some time off the clock. Okay, the Bears just take a timeout. So no timeouts left for them now. They just go over the middle on 2nd and 1. That will burn way too much clock. All right, 8 seconds left. Just got to guard the end zone. This might actually be their last last play. And let's see, that ball is just going to get deflected around. All right, this is it, boys. 2 seconds left for the game. We got a little man up 3 deep situation. And oh my God, they cook us. Are you kidding me? Where are our safeties at? So I guess we're headed to overtime. Just insanely frustrating stuff. And this is where a pick from Nick would truly be beautiful. I'm just praying the Bears run some streaks. Need some magic here. We're just going to get the curl routes again. And once again, Caleb doesn't throw it. So 1st and goal, this is it. They're just running it this side. We're going to keep them to the inside. And okay, 3-yard line. Come on, boys. Goal line magic here. Nick trying to bait up the flats, and they just go over the middle. Man, I cannot believe we found a way to lose this game. That is going to potentially do it for our season. Nick had the pick, but wasn't perfect, including giving up that critical 4th and inches. And man, this reporter is goddamn hating on him. I'm not taking responsibility for that. I'm sorry. Just like that, we're last in the division, and this division is not even that good this year. And Nick has really dropped down on this awards list after a couple of lackluster performances. He's definitely the best player in the league, but these stats are still not up to his standards. All right, so 5 games left to try to turn this thing around. This is technically a nice opportunity for a divisional win. We played pretty well against the Packers last time, and I don't know how Nick got a hit stick off on that. All right, Nick's here to play today. Come on, man. Let's make something happen. Or they can just go ahead and dot us up to the other side. The Packers are coming out with significantly more pop than we saw from them last time, but Nick is so due for a big game. Unfortunately, he's just in the flats here, and once again, they just go the other way and get an easy touchdown. Gotta find a way to make an impact, and we're baiting up here on the streak. There we go, dude. This is old reliable. Like, anytime they throw this, I know we've got like a 50% chance of baiting it up, and that was really nice ball skills from Nick because the receiver still had a pretty good chance of catching that. All right, offense did come to play today. 14 points already, and look at how hard Nick is working, man. Just locked down like 3 routes, and the Packers still get 7 yards out of it. Gotta get rewarded for his effort in the flats eventually, but we're just a second short. I'm used to Nick having 99 speed out there. A year from now, those are going to be picks, but right now we got to work with what we got and sit the hell down, Jordan Love. How does he not fumble that? With 45 seconds left in the half, Nick is going to play a cover 3 and might have gotten beat a little bit. Love is going to sail this ball, but Nick will recover. Still can't make the pick though. And they're actually going to go for this 4th and 4. Looks like a little curl play and we're on it, but the middle is not. Ballsy call there from the Packers, and oh no, dude, I got turned around, messed up my strafe with the angle, and Nick is going to give up a touchdown for one of the first times this season. With the way I play cornerback, that is just bound to happen every once in a while. Gotta flush it and move on, but it hurts in that situation. Nick is just laying out these Packers players right now. Man, when's the last time we had a pick 6 though? It feels like it's been a minute. Trying to make it happen there on the curl. Love just takes off, and this time we do a good job of containing him. Offense gets 3 points, but Green Bay answering right back as we head into the 4th quarter. Need that pick 6 out of Nick soon, as we're just sitting in a cover 2 here. Green Bay going play action, and he has all day. I was hoping he'd throw it to the flat, but instead he finds a touchdown. All right, defense will get one more crack at it. First down goes well, we'll take a timeout. And on 2nd down, once again we swarm. They could potentially pass it on 3rd down. You never know. If they do pass it, we 1000% need to catch a pick. Nope, they are just going to run it up the middle. All right, defense. I wish we got a chance at a punt return or something, but it'll be up to the 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Just got to hit the button and pray. And oh man, looked like they were cooking up something. We're going to take another L. Look at that ugly grin on the Packers coach there. So Nick comes up with a pick, but also gives up a touchdown. Definitely not the game I was hoping he would have. So yeah, that pretty much puts us out of the playoff picture. It's going to be all about the stats and personal accolades at this point. So I'm going to be focusing on just showing the plays that Nick's involved in from here on out. So next we got the Bills, who are coming in at 10-3, but defense has actually been playing pretty well so far. I would love to see Nick bait up Josh Allen, and we are going to do just that here. Finally, man, we got that out route pick to work, and we are going to get that pick 6 at last, going back to the house. Nick's 4th of the season. Offense has done literally nothing in this game, but defense has been so good we might win anyway. Buffalo is finally going to get their first touchdown though. And yeah, man, I think offense actually has given up. Still 0 points as Nick comes off of his man here, and he's going to get a super lucky deflection interception. That's actually a huge play too. We might win because of that. And yeah, man, offense gets the touchdown. All we need is 1 stop, and Nick coming out of the cover 2 here is going to get the game sealing pick on the crossing route. This has turned into one of his best games of the season. The camera is going absolutely crazy. Otherwise we might have cribbed that, but that should hopefully do it for this one. Buffalo's only got 1 timeout. All right, so nice little game, our best in a minute. And I mean, Nick essentially single-handedly won this game, right? Had the pick 6, had the pick that got offense to score, and had the game sealing pick. And hey, I've been acting like this is some kind of mid-season from Nick because it's Nick, you know, the expectations are high, but the reality is we could very well have 30 interceptions this season. season. I just feel like Nick is destined for like that 40 or 50 pick year. We've got a snow game against the Bears, just 3 games left of the season. Gotta make the most of them and try to at least get close to 30 picks. This has felt like an absurdly long drive from the Bears. They're chewing up a ton of clock on this one. And on third down, I'm trying to bait up the flats. Ooh, boys, I think we got this figured out. This is gonna be 97 yards for Nick. Nobody anywhere near him. And in the snow, he is going to taunt the Bears offense. Okay, man, we're closing out the season nice. It's been rough, but we're closing it out nice. I got a good feeling about this one. I feel like this is the 5-pick game we've been waiting for, and sit down, Nick finally gets his first forced fumble of his career. There have been so many hits this year where I thought it was going to be it. That feels good, boys. We're going crazy in this one. Try to keep piling them on. Dude is running a curl, and Nick is on it. The curl picks are the most satisfying of all for some reason. This is what I wanted to see the last time we played the Bears. We are up to 24 picks on the year, and man, I'm trying to get another forced fumble. Nick talking a little smack to the Bears running back. We love to see it. So we get out of there with the dub. Another nice little game as Nick had a really good tackling game. Definitely his best of the season, including a tackle for loss and a forced fumble. 2 picks with a pick 6. I feel like Nick should be a little bit higher on the MVP watch after these games. And yep, he is up to number 4. Probably not going to win it, but at least getting close in his rookie season. Second to last game of the season is going to be against San Francisco, and manned up in the slot. They're trying to test us on the fade, but Nick is all over that. That's his 25th pick on the season, and the whole team celebrating with him here. Ooh, I like that animation. Let's hold on that for a second so I can use that on my intros. Seems like this team is actually playing a little bit better with the playoff pressure off the table. San Fran is going to be able to take the lead late in the 3rd quarter, so we might be in trouble. I don't know if offense can get us anything. All right, nice little reverse jinx there, though. They actually do get a touchdown. And hey, our linebacker gets a pick. Always nice when some of Nick's teammates can help him out just a little bit. Offense gets nothing, leaving San Fran with a chance at a game-winning drive. And oh no, dude, Christian McCaffrey just cooks our guy on the wheel route. Is not going to be a touchdown, but San Fran's going to be inside the 25 just like that. That is one of the dangers of running the cover 1. That route can really get you. And man, I thought they were going to try Nick on the flat. All right, how about a little goal line stop here? Let's see what we got. Nick in the cover 2, and oh my god, dude, I was not expecting him to throw that curl. Purdy has just been locking on to McCaffrey. And on 2nd and goal, they will just run the ball. Too easy. We missed our chance, man. Gonna have to be offense now. And they do not get anything. We're gonna take 10 losses on the season. San Francisco trying to run the score up here, running the ball. We are going to have to sit down Christian McCaffrey one more time. But that is a pretty brutal loss. Nick played like fine. Ball didn't really come his way a whole lot. And hey, 5 interceptions in the last game would get a guy to 30 on the season. It's definitely possible, and man, it's crazy that Nick is leading the team in tackles. Let's be real, Nick is probably not going to get 5 interceptions against the Vikings, but he is going to start it out with a nice one. Played the out route beautiful, and we were so close from being able to stay in bounds for the pick 6. We could actually win this game. 10-7 lead, and Nick guarding the slant route over the middle here. For some reason, McCarthy is going to throw that, and Nick will take his 2nd of the day. Suddenly 5 is potentially looking achievable. With a 10-point lead, we are looking really solid here. All of a sudden, we're boxing up the Lions offense, or the Vikings offense, excuse me. I'm gonna need JJ McCarthy to throw me the ball again, and he is gonna do just that. I do not know how Nick managed to fall backwards there, but we'll take it. 3 picks. That one could potentially put this game away. And wow, offense actually kills the clock, so we won't have a shot to get to 30 picks, but nice little way to end the season. I think in these last few games, Nick might have definitely given himself a shot at that MVP. Nick finishes the season strong, had 80 tackles, which is pretty crazy, and 28 interceptions. He had 3 deflections, a forced fumble, and 5 touchdowns. Really wish we could have returned some kicks this year too. Sadly, Nick is not going to win MVP. Came in 4th behind Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, the usual suspects. What a very good rookie season. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. Should Nick go to another team next year, or should he stick it out with the Lions? Be sure to drop a like and a comment. Peace.